What if gravity suddenly disappeared, right now? At first, it would seem impossible. But then, your alarm clock starts floating. Your bed, your house, even your family begins drifting into the sky. Within minutes, cars, buildings, airplanes, and entire cities are floating above Earth. There is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and your only goal is to survive. This is your life if gravity disappeared. Imagine waking up one morning, and gravity no longer exists. At first, everything feels completely normal. The warm sunlight shines through your bedroom window. You hear nothing. Then something strange catches your eye. Your alarm clock slowly lifts off the table. You blink. Maybe you're still dreaming. But then, your blanket begins floating. Your pillow follows. One by one, everything around your room rises into the air. Your books, your backpack, your phone, even your chair. You quickly jump out of bed, expecting to land on the floor. Instead, you keep floating. Your heart starts racing. You grab the side of your bed before drifting toward the ceiling. This isn't a dream. Gravity has disappeared. You slowly open your bedroom door. The hallway is complete chaos. Family photos float off the walls. Shoes drift through the air. A lamp spins slowly near the ceiling. You carefully push yourself toward the kitchen. Inside, plates, cups, spoons, fruit. Even the refrigerator door hangs open as food floats into the room. Nothing is staying where it belongs. You look outside the window, and what you see is impossible. Cars are leaving the streets. Bicycles float above the sidewalks. People desperately grab trees and streetlights. Dogs, cats, even birds are drifting through the air together. You open the front door. The moment you step outside, you begin floating again. The entire neighborhood has become a giant weightless world. Trees slowly rise from the ground. Their roots are completely exposed. Leaves swirl around like green snow. A school bus lifts into the sky. Children press against the windows in shock. Traffic lights, mailboxes, street signs. Everything is floating. People tie themselves to lamp posts using ropes. Others hold onto balconies. Some are all ready to high to come back down. A frightened puppy floats toward you. You reach out and gently pull it closer before it drifts away forever. Around you, the world has become silent. No footsteps, no engines, only thousands of objects drifting through the endless blue sky. And then, you realize something terrifying. This is only the beginning. What happens next could change Earth forever. As you drift higher into the sky, the city becomes more chaotic every second. People cling to streetlights, traffic signs, anything they can reach. Some are lucky, others slowly disappear into the clouds. You grab a floating mailbox and pull yourself forward. It's the only way to move now. Nearby, bicycles, trash cans, and traffic cones spin through the air. Every object has become an obstacle. Suddenly, a giant tree tears itself out of the ground. Its massive roots hang in the air as leaves scatter in every direction. The streets below are almost empty now, not because people have left, but because everyone is floating above them. A school bus slowly rises past you. Children inside press their hands against the windows, hoping someone can help. You try to reach them, but they're drifting too fast. A supermarket explodes into chaos. Shopping carts, bread, milk, fruit, everything pours out of the entrance and floats into the sky. People desperately chase their food before it disappears forever. Apartment buildings become islands in the air. Families hold tightly onto balconies. Furniture floats out of broken windows. A sofa drifts past you, then a television, then an entire dining table. You finally grab a long rescue rope hanging from a building. For a moment, you stop moving. You catch your breath, but only for a second. Far away, you hear helicopters. Firefighters are trying to rescue people using ropes and harnesses. One by one, they pull survivors towards safety. But there are simply too many people. Then, something even more unbelievable happens. A passenger train slowly lifts off its tracks. It silently floats above the city. Cars begin rising after it. Buses, motorcycles, even huge trucks, all drifting together like balloons. The entire skyline has changed. Thousands of vehicles now fill the sky. Looking down, the roads are completely empty. Looking up, the sky has become another city. And that's when you realize gravity isn't coming back anytime soon. The real disaster has only just begun.
The higher you float, the more unbelievable the world becomes. You reach the coastline. Then, something impossible happens. Massive cargo ships begin rising out of the ocean. Fishing boats, yachts, entire ports, all slowly drift into the sky. Water itself forms giant floating droplets. The sea no longer looks like an ocean. It looks like millions of floating blue bubbles. Far away, entire mountains begin breaking apart. Huge rocks, trees, and pieces of land rise into the air. The earth is literally falling apart. Then you hear another sound. An airplane. You look up. Instead of flying, it simply drifts through the sky without control. Passengers stare out of the windows in complete fear. There is nothing the pilots can do. Soon, you float so high that the entire planet becomes visible beneath you. Cities, oceans, continents, all below your feet. And surrounding Earth, millions of floating objects, cars, buildings, bridges, trees, even entire neighborhoods. It's like the planet has exploded into space. As you drift farther away, you discover something unexpected. A damaged space station. You pull yourself toward it using a loose cable floating nearby. Inside, everything is silent. Tools drift through empty hallways. Computers still glow. Food packets float through the air. Nobody is there. Then, inside the control room, you find a giant digital map. It shows Earth's gravity has completely collapsed. Red warning lights flash across the screen. Suddenly, you notice something floating beside you. An emergency jetpack. It might be your only chance to get home. You put it on. Take one deep breath. And press the start button. The engines ignite. For the first time since gravity disappeared, you finally have control over where you're going. But getting back to Earth may be even more dangerous than leaving it. Back on Earth, scientists have one final plan. Deep inside a massive underground laboratory, they build the world's first gravity generator. If it fails, humanity has no second chance. The machine powers up. Lights begin flashing. The ground starts shaking. Everyone holds their breath. Then, a brilliant wave of blue energy bursts across the planet. Within seconds, something incredible happens. Floating cars begin falling back onto the roads. Trees return to the ground. Ships settle onto the ocean. Airplanes regain control. People slowly touch the earth again. Gravity has returned. The world is finally safe. Days later, cities begin rebuilding. Families reunite. Scientists become heroes. Life slowly returns to normal. You walk through your neighborhood once again. Children are laughing. Birds are flying. Everything feels peaceful. It almost seems like the disaster never happened. But late one night, you wake up. Your room is silent. Moonlight shines through the window. Suddenly, your pencil slowly rises from your desk. You freeze. Then your notebook begins floating. Outside, leaves lift into the air. A bicycle slowly rises from the street. This time, almost nobody notices. Scientists around the world receive mysterious gravity warnings. Deep underground, the gravity generator starts flashing red. Alarms echo through the laboratory. A strange blue crack appears inside the machine. No one knows what caused it. You rush back to the laboratory. Engineers try everything. But the warning only grows worse. Outside, another car begins floating. Then another. The nightmare is starting again. The scientists look at each other in silence. One of them whispers, "We only delayed it." The gravity generator suddenly explodes with light. Everything turns white. You open your eyes. You're back in your bedroom. Your alarm clock rings. Everything is perfectly normal. Was it all just a dream? You smile. Until your pencil slowly lifts off the desk. Maybe this was only the beginning. What if gravity disappeared again?